we have some rewards and consequences for this league. And this is, listen, I demand a lot out of myself and I demand a lot out of you. And if you do not live up to the standards that we are setting here at Fantasy League One, you will pay the price. Let's take a look.
Is setting.
You need to understand, fantasy football is serious business, and there are consequences for losing. Punch it! That's what you get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're getting iced. It's gonna be another flag.
Oh, God.
Oh, that one's even bigger than the other.
Oh, what the hell? The money you're losing on shipping is gonna make it worthwhile when I beat you in the playoffs. And that was a nice little promo. Yeah, be sure to watch us in the all-new, where's my camera? Am I on camera 3? I'm sorry. We should take a look, though, at what's over my left shoulder here because it's pretty obscene.
Speaking of cold, that ice bath was far colder than this room right now. So thank you for that one.
Hey, you're welcome.
Sounds
But what
better.
about this? Speaking of cold, look at the fantasy footballers.
Blurg.
They once again
They're
prevailed.
taking over the room.
They are definitely, and the only reason this stupid thing is up is because of overtime. I was leading. If that guy would have choked, whoever your kicker is, in San Francisco,
Unfortunately, you can't make the rules for the games, only this league.
I feel like because our producer Justin Harvey is the one who made up this, you get to have an item here when you're like,
what? That's the dumbest
this should
rule.
sit behind his desk like
Absolutely.
the whole time.
That should be. You know what? I was ready to bring out a Corona High football helmet.
Just keep
Was
this
gonna
over
put
in
it
the
out there.
safe
But
zone.
thankfully, the good news is the fantasy footballers always have decorum and respect, and they would never gloat about something like
That's
this.
not their
course not.
personality.
Not at all. Let's take a look.
Well, hello, NFL League One and NFL League One watchers. We are back, the fantasy footballers, for the 5th time with the league high score. It is unbelievable.
There's
Like,
only been 10 weeks, right?
Yeah, and I'm no mathematician, but that would be 50% of the time that one team is the high score.
Aren't there 12 teams in this league, Mike?
Something I was told. I've been told that it would be that, but it's really
No,
it's-
there's 2 teams.
That's right.
Okay, it's us, it's rank. We all know the deal. Okay, 'cause I'm Adam Rank. It's me. I've got more points than you. I got more points and less hair. Okay, you beat us. Oh, get bodied. Look, you beat us in the head-to-head. That was that crazy week where you had Mike Evans and Cooper Kupp go. Cooper Kupp.
He cooped all over us,
Yeah, he
that's
did.
for sure.
But that's not happening the next time we meet. And there's a reason that half of the weeks were the high score, because we got the best team. We are the best team. And in the playoffs, you v. us, we're taking it down.
So enjoy that banner from a couple weeks ago and enjoy the flag. I expect to see that thing flying and saluted with pride in your hearts.
This has been a very fun league. We're thrilled to be a part of the NFL League One. You guys are great sports. We really appreciate you inviting us on, even though you knew probably what was going to happen.
And we
it
won't
did.
we won't invite him back next time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have the champ back. They can't be like, oh, the person that won the league doesn't get to come back. But you might have to if you don't want us back, because we win in this thing.
And we'll probably see you next week with a new item. Goodbye.
Oh, what a bunch of comedians they are. Outside of every discernible metric like wins, most points, yeah, they're doing great. So go ahead, adorn our room with these flags, with these posters, with T-shirts, whatever you have. We'll happily take it. And then I will be wearing it during my victory parade. So enjoy that. But come on, this is getting ridiculous.
Do
Every
you get
week,
upset when they take digs at your hair?
I don't, because they live in Arizona. I'm sitting here living in California. Listen, they have a hard enough life. They've got one Petrillas out there, and that's it.
Like, they have sand without the ocean. Like, what's the point? Yeah,
like, what are you guys doing out there?
Like, you're doing the beach wrong.
Your ancestors just ran out of bus fare in Tempe, and you're like, well, let's just live here. This cactus looks nice, but let's take a look at the matchups coming into Week 11 and see if somebody can take down those fantasy footballers. But one of the big games of the week, the Meltonites against the B team, Candace, of course, against the fantasy footballers. That is our ace. Candace was looking to make some trades this week, and she was kind of concerned. And I looked, as a gentleman, as somebody who looks out for the better good of everybody. I said, your roster is pretty good.
Not somebody who went on another show on this network and maybe openly tried to propose a trade to her.
You know what? I did. Yes, I did go on NFL
As
Fantasy
the gentleman
Live.
that he is.
Right.
The
Of
gentleman
course.
as I am, I said, I will do the gentlemanly thing. I will give you Ronald Jones in exchange for Saquon Barkley. Maybe throw in a receiver or two. I was rebuffed in my advances.
Gentlemanly.
But you know what? We will go on. We will go on to live another day, apparently. But let's see some of the other matchups that we got for this weekend. We'll start with you, Marcus Grant. You are going up against the FaZe Clan, a very good team, very formidable. They, along with Candace, are leading the celebrity division. You are hanging tough at 5-5 with a good team. I mean, there's really nothing.
Yeah,
like
we've had some rough luck so far this season.
Now, let's talk about Hollywood Inc.
Yes.
You're going up against Kane Brown. Kane Brown has had some bad luck. Let's take a look at your matchup and see what we got going on in this one. And there it is. You got a little bit of action tonight going with Kareem Hunt in that game. But what stands out to me, of course, they got Patrick Mahomes. You love Patrick Mahomes, so you've got kind of a little conflict there as you guys are starting Dak Prescott.
I do have a little bit of a conflict of interest. Obviously, Mahomes is my homie. Is that joke like dead now?
No,
that
Pretty
we're-
much, yeah.
And what about you're going up against the Purpose Chasers?
I
Desi
am.
Banks.
Desi
Let's take a look at
Banks.
that matchup and see what we got going on. And Desi struggling a little bit this year. Todd Gurley's got a good matchup though. But let's talk about
Of course.
rank against Team
talk about
AEW.
myself.
Yeah. Well, this is the one everybody really wants to see. Lamar Jackson. Royce Freeman is currently in there. There may be a change there because I still have Latavius Murray. By the way, people are dropping Latavius Murray. Are you
Don't
insane?
do that. Stop doing that.
If anybody has told you to drop Latavius Murray, do not listen to them. Keep them at a distance.
That person is not your friend.
It is one of our favorite segments. It's called Got This in the Bag. These are going to be some bold
favorite
predictions
segments.
that we have for week
First
11.
time we've done it, but it's our
There's-
favorite segment.
You don't have to explain the gag. That's part of the joke.
You guys literally fight like an old married couple.
Thank
It is
you.
amazing.
We are.
It is, yeah. Duh. Thank you, up top. But a small caveat here to these bold predictions. The three of you, and unfortunately this includes you because you're part of Hollywood Inc., you have to do the prediction with a bag over your head because last week you idiots said that Christian McCaffrey was going to score more than 30 fantasy points, which he didn't because he had 29 point whatever. So
I feel
I'm
like-
You
sorry.
said you were
I
a
feel like
gentleman.
this
Why
is
would a
still
gentleman want us to wear
Under
a bag
review.
over?
I feel like we should go back
Let's-
to New
let's get-
York and
let's-
have them review that last touchdown.
Understood. Okay, you're right. Put on the bag, make your prediction. He's got it.
Let's
He's
see
got
it, Marcus.
The theatrics.
All right. So, my got this in the bag prediction. Are you gonna take a picture of me? I thought you were gonna. Okay, I thought he was getting on his phone or something. Melvin Gordon will have his first 30-point game of the season. I mean, we never would have thought this maybe a month ago because Melvin Gordon was not playing well and he seemed to be an anchor on the Chiefs offense. But since they've changed offensive coordinators, they're running the ball more, they're doing things that Gordon is comfortable with, he looks good. And see, like, here's the thing about the Chiefs defense. It is bad, especially when stopping the run. So they're going to run the football a lot. I don't care that there's thin air in Mexico City. Just give Melvin Gordon an oxygen tank on the sideline, and he'll be just fine.
I love it. That's a great prediction. Kimmy checks again.
I can take this off now. right?
Sorry. Yeah, you can take it off. Sorry that you have to
I
do
think
this.
I need it.
Zoom in on all this
How do you
goodness.
make that look better? Like this is a fashion. We'll be
This
wa-
will be on a runway and available
All of-
anytime soon.
I feel
all
like
of West
It
LA.
looks amazing on you.
All of
Thank
West
you.
LA
I
is
feel
going
like
to
there's
be
a
walking
Chicago-based
around.
rapper who already
wrong.
did something like this with his fashion line.
But who is your pick?
My got it in the bag is Michael Thomas. Can we talk about him being the safest and number one wide receiver in fantasy football right now? And he has a super favorable matchup this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Michael Thomas is averaging 23.5 fantasy points, which is numero uno. But if we talk about Tampa Bay and their defense, they're giving up 48 fantasy points to wide receivers, which is the most in the NFL. And here's the stat that I really care about. They're giving 19 fantasy points to slot receivers, which is the most in the NFL as well. And Thomas is running 21% in the slot. So if you look at those numbers along with his performance, I think he's going to have 3 touchdowns on Sunday.
I love it. Taylor, you don't have to wear the bag.
I don't.
Is what I would say if I was a good person. And I'm not. Put the bag on and give your prediction,
What a
please.
tease.
Of course, he would never let me get away with this. Speaking of slot receivers, Kimmy.
Look at us.
My got it in the bag is Chris Godwin going against the New Orleans Saints. He's averaging over 20 points per game as a receiver, which is 3rd most in the league. His second best game was against the New Orleans Saints in week 5, where he had 2 touchdowns, 125 yards, and he is a slot receiver. He runs 49% of routes from the slot. That's the most in Tampa Bay's offense. And guess what? New Orleans allows the 6th most points to slot receivers this season. Chris Godwin is going to finish as a top 5 receiver this week. And I really hope that next week I'm not wearing a bag when I have to say all of this.
Let's
Chris
hope
Godwin.
so. Let's hope so. Well, I'm going to
Get
do
it
my
in the
prediction
bag.
without a bag because I'm good at my job. And I'm just going to say that Derek Carr is going to throw for 229 yards this week. But the caveat is he's going to throw for 4 touchdowns. The Cincinnati Bengals obviously have given up the most rushing yards this season. But here's the thing. Since week 6, they have given up the most points to quarterbacks